Hey family, you thought you got rid of me, didn't you? Girl, you said every Thursday, what's up? Well, check this out. I'm doing this because I care and I got love for you, alright? I'm just sharing my light, passing the torch, because that's what we are to be. My brother's sister, my sister keeper, my brother's keeper. So you get what I'm going with this. Before I get started, I want to give all honor to the Most High, you know, the infinite creator, source within, alright? And I just want to say hello to my queens and my kings out there. And, you know, just keep shining, you know, and stay focused out there. This video right here, actually, I did a video like this before, sometime last year. And the topic I'm going to speak on is sort of similar to that old video. So a lot of you, when I start speaking on it, a lot of you are going to be like, oh, okay, I see where she's going with this. A lot of you will get it, but there are always new people checking me out, okay? And this is for that newbie, that new viewer, all right? Whether you be a new subscriber or just, you know, a new fresh face, you know, checking me out, you know, having that listening ear. This is for you. There are no coincidences, all right? Please know that. So anyway, this is something that I have learned, all right, on my spiritual journey, because many of you know I speak from my experience, my testimony. That's all I know. There's nothing like checking someone out and getting that, you know, feedback, that perspective of someone going through something and they let you know how they overcame. You know what I'm saying? That's the best, you know, lesson. And it's also the best teaching, shall I say. You know, oh, I ain't been through that, but she went through it, so let me see how she overcame, you know, how she conquered that giant, shall I say. So anyway, family, this is for any of you who have a listening ear, okay? And the thing I'm going to speak about, I say this in love, okay? May you receive it in love. And I'm getting ready to get to the point. You know how your sister do, you know, I get the flowing. So I'm going to ask my higher self, you know, to take over, you know, so I won't start, you know, ever having a brain freeze moment. Family. As I stated in my last video, I had sensed that, you know, many of you, whether you want to admit it or not, you know, due to these so-called energies that has hit, you know, us, you know, since, you know, January the 31st or leading up to January the 31st, due to us having this solar eclipse, all right, this lunar eclipse or blue moon, you know, whatever you want to call it. It was definitely a celestial event. And, you know, what it means for one person is not going to mean for the next person. Everybody's different. You know, everybody's on a different spiritual level, all right? And everybody's vibration is different, okay? I mean, there are levels to this thing, whether it be spiritually, vibrationally, you know, even DNA, okay, going back, you know, because many, you know, of us, you know, who out there are old souls. And so these energies is affecting everyone individually, you know, for the most part. If you're someone, okay, and I say this in love, so may you receive what I'm saying in love, but if you're someone that's not basically shifting with Gaia, with Mother Earth, because she is shifting now, but if you're someone that's not shifting right along with her, and you're still like, you know, operating on these lower energies, you know, because the energies are changing, you know, that you know, celestial event we had on the 31st, that's just a sign right there. That's just a tip of the iceberg of things to come. But it's also a sign for change and rebirth, okay? Let me just say that. Because I'm definitely, I don't know about you, but I'm definitely feeling these energies, okay? I'm feeling the change, you know, me evolving within. I'm definitely, you know, having these experiences for myself. I speak for myself. You know, what it means for you, you know, it's for you. You know, many of you hearing the ringing in the ear, many of you hearing the popping now in your ear. You know, all of this is a sign of, you know, wake up, you know. Your guides, your higher self trying to get your attention, as well as your guides, all right? You know, even our angels try to get our attention. But like I said, they're not going to force themselves on us, all right? But this is a time for many of us to start to awaken, and many of you are start to awaken, and you're still not really paying attention to these. You're not conscious enough of paying attention to the signs, all right? But they're there. You just have to be conscious of it, all right? Pretty much just get still, get your place to being still instead of go all the time, always on a, wow, y'all can see what I'm seeing. I'm sorry, I got distracted, but it's a good distraction, all right? Focus is the key, all right? Getting focused, and I'm always talking about self-love, okay? Now, me getting to the nitty-gritty of this video, when I came into my spiritual awakening, and there was some times when I was operating on a lower vibration, and I couldn't really see myself. I couldn't really, in the beginning, see past those four walls. All right, even though I was trying to wake up on the inside, because I was having my own personal experiences. My higher self was trying to get my attention big time. Okay, looking back on it. But I was finding myself pretty much a good example. And this is the best example I can give you, because my, higher self is giving me permission to share this information. I shared it before, and I'm going to share it again. Maybe give you some insight, all right, or why you're in that rut you're in, and what you need to do to get out of that rut. Part 2. I apologize. All of a sudden my camera just cut off. That happens sometimes. So anyway, let me get back focused again. So this is a tip of something that I have learned that has helped me to get, to be able to get more clarity of, especially when I'm in that space. You know what I'm saying? I'm in that space to where I'm not as creative, or I'm feeling a block, This is what I have come to learn, all right, from my higher self, showing me these images. Well, I was seeing myself walking on a path, and I was, all around me, it was like thick woods, but there was a path that I was on. I was definitely on this path, but I couldn't, it's like I was going in circles. Everything was looking the same to me. Hand, box, everything was looking the same to me. And I just couldn't, seem to find my way of getting out of that deep wooded space, shall I say. I want to call it forest. You get what I'm going with this. I was basically in some sort of woods, right? Deep in the middle of the woods or whatever. But there was a little path. But to me, that path was not helping me to, get to that place where I can see my way out. You know what I'm saying? It's like the more I walked on that path, I looked up, and it's like it was getting darker. The sun was out, but it was starting to go down. And even during the time when the sun was up real high, I can see it looking up. It's, as far as me looking up the trees, up, over the trees, I can see the sky, and I can see the sun up there, right? But looking down, it was dark down here because the tree was pretty much blocking that sunlight, As far as, me moving forward, I could see the path, but I was finding myself going in circles, and this is what my higher self was showing me. I was finding myself going in circles. And I'm like, what's the problem? Because I do see a path. Why am I going in circles? Well, to make a long story short, family, and let me say this real quick. Now, check out the scenario of this. I'm walking in this wooded area, in this deep wooded area, surrounded by tall trees, right? I can't see my way, as far as me knowing which direction to go. All I know is, okay, I guess I just stay on this path right here, just because I'm seeing the path. But that path that I'm on, it's not helping me to get out of the woods. I'm still in the woods, all right? I want to get to where there's a valley or a stream or something, or at least to a mountaintop so I can see my way, but I'm constantly surrounded by these thick forest trees, okay? And the only, salvation I'm seeing is looking up, because I see the sky and I see the sun, but that sun is going down on me, all right? It's starting to get real dark. It's already dark enough in the space that I was in, but it's starting to get real dark, and that path was looking real dim, and I feel like, it's caving in on me, and I want a way out. So many of you get where I'm going with this, all right? This is how your sister was, a couple of years back, but my higher self gives me vision and let me see where I am, and how to come out of that. So I got to the point where my higher self was showing me what's around you. Pay attention to what's around you. So I started looking around, and I'm like, these tall trees, my higher self is like, what is one of your fears? Height. I have an issue with heights. Maybe not in my past life, but in this life I have an issue with heights. I fear height. You get it? It's just starting to click in, family. So basically I need to conquer my fears, which is height. The words say God has not given us the spirit of fear, but a power, love, and sound mind. So right now I need to exercise that. I need to stop walking, because it's not getting me anywhere but going in circles. All right, I need to look at my surrounding, which is tall trees, and I need to conquer my fears, and I need to climb one of these trees. You get it? If you have not caught that yet, I'm going to keep going. Maybe it'll sink in for you. And I say this with love. So I had to conquer my fears, right? To step out of that box that I was in, which I wasn't really, it's a metaphor, box, but I was really like in the deep woods, as far as me stepping out of the woods, I had to climb up, just stop walking, and think, see what's around me, look up, climb these tall trees, all right? So my higher self was showing me this. So as I started to climb these tall trees, all right, I found one tree that was real tall, and the more I climbed it, the weaker I started feeling, because you know how your nerves kick in when you're nervous and you're scared. That fear is a beast. That fear will paralyze you. Yes, it will. That beast will paralyze you. Fear, I tell you, woo. But I conquered my fears. I climbed it because I knew that he that is in me that's greater than he that is in the world. I knew that my higher self was with me, and it gave me that revelation as far as me seeing that vision of me climbing that tree. I knew I wasn't alone. I knew I could do it, because they said I can do it. I saw myself climbing that tree, and of course the higher I got up, I ain't gonna lie, the higher I got up, the weaker I felt, but I was persistent, and I kept climbing that tree, and I made sure I didn't look down, because that's where I was all along. I was looking down, all right? And when I was down there, I wasn't finding my way. I had to start looking up, and the more I climbed that tree, and I was looking up, I didn't look, I think I looked down maybe once in that, in the vision, but I'm just saying my focus was looking up. The more I started looking up, I started seeing above all the other trees. And you know what? To my left, I was seeing a valley, and I was seeing a lake. To my right, I was seeing tall hills. Now I had a choice. But boom, you get it? I finally saw my way. I had to climb that tree to look to see what was around me. I had to get outside that box. I had to get out. I had to remove myself from that space that I was in, to where I was blind and I couldn't see my way. I had to start climbing, okay? I had to start climbing. And once I started to see my way, I started seeing what was around me. Like I said, to the left, I saw this valley, all right? A beautiful valley. And I saw, this lake, all right? And I saw to my right, these hills like mountains. And I had a choice, you know. Okay, if I get back down, I can, you know, go to the right and I can climb that mountain. I can really see my way then. Or I can go to the left, and I know, you know, of course, when there's water, there's life. Okay. I know that once I get to that valley, I can see real clear because I'm out of the woods. All right. Now, I'm not gonna go no more into, you know, my little vision of what my higher self was showing me. This was me back then when I was in the rut, and I also apply these principles when I get in the rut, even in the present. I try to apply this principle as far as when I find myself feeling stuck. I gotta stop, I gotta reflect, and I gotta see what's hindering me. And what I do is I meditate. I ask those questions for guidance to help me so I can see my way. Because I know I go within myself, I am seeing the truth. I am seeing what's around me. And it helps me, all right, to get clarity. It helps me to see my way more clearly. Because when you go within yourself, you know, there's no limit to what, you know, you can see, all right? And you're seeing through the veil, you know, you're seeing those things that, you know, material things as far as blocking us with these carnal eyes. It can't block you with your spiritual eyes because you see past it. You know what I'm saying? When I was down there in that state, I couldn't see my way. You know, all I saw was this little path. And it wasn't that much of a path, but it looks like, you know, other people been on this path as well. And the more we walked on it, we created a little path. But everybody's going in circles. No, you know, it wasn't nobody, you know, pretty much, you know, there was no other path leading out, shall I say. I mean, everybody was just pretty much in that box and pretty much like, you know, being comfortable in that box, in that space, shall I say, because, you know, they just couldn't see their way out, you know. And a lot of people are like that. They can't see their way out, you know. But I'm here to tell you, you know, yes, you can see your way out, but you got to take time to stop being so distracted. Whatever path you're on, you find yourself going in circles, stop. And like my higher self is letting me know, ask for help. There's nothing wrong with that. Ask for help, okay? Pray, you know, call on the Most High God, call on Christ, pray, but ask for help. Even your angel, they're there at your beck and call, but you got to call on them, all right? Or ask your higher self, which is you're connected to anyway. Ask for help. Stop going in circles and stop complaining when you're not getting no results. You're going to have to ask for help, okay? And most importantly, many of you, you know, get to that place, get connected, meditate. I don't care if you're not seeing anything. You're making an effort. Start meditating so you can connect and you can get those answers, all right? And start climbing. Because once you get connected, you start climbing. You can see, you know, what's going on around you more clearly. You know, you get more clarity. You know, when I'm going within myself and I'm meditating, I'm able to go up in the higher realms. You know, now, am I able to do this all the time? Of course not, because I have to watch my thoughts. I have to watch my heart. But once everything is lining up, my sister, my brother, your sister is spiraling up, all right, in these dimensions, all right? It is possible. Yes, indeed, it is possible. And I'm here to tell you, this is my testimony, my truth. It is possible. You can see yourself. You can see more clearly, all right? And get the answers you've been seeking. But as long as you're in that box, as long as you're in that state you're in, you're going in circles, you ain't getting nowhere. You know, I think it's time for you to stop. I think it's time for you to stop and just take time to just, you know, get your thoughts together and call on help. Whoever that person that can help you. If it's me, fine. If it's somebody else, fine. But I say, always seek help from within. Always call your higher power from within, because it's there. It's there, all right? And remove fear, because that's what paralyzes us, and that's also what keep us in the box and keep us in that state of going in circles in that deep forest. It's time to come up out of that deep forest. It will suffocate you. I know that many of you are operating in fear. That's why you're not really, you know, growing spiritually, because you're scared of the unknown. but fear paralyzes you. All right. And one thing about that Pandora's box, the mystery of the unseen, all right, it's not all evil, you know, but we see it as evil from what we've been taught, you know. But you're going to have to seek the truth for yourself. And when love is your guide and you are surrounded by source light, you are protected and you will see your way out. I made this video because I care. I don't know everything, but I know what I know. Start looking up. Stop going within. As long as you're looking with these eyes all the time, you're going by your own intellect, a lot of times it just have us going in circles. You got to do something different and remove fear. Peace.